Wow. Well, the I&I program for me I did it the past 3 days, was amazing. It really changes the way you view your life and your everyday occurrences. For me, it was, the main message that I got from it was not being influenced, and just looking back over my life and everything that I experience day to day is I'm really taking in a lot of influences. So I'm not living an authentic life. And by not living an authentic life, how can I possibly give the gift that's unique to me? Just like everyone else has their own unique gift that they can give to humanity. If we're consistently influenced, how can we possibly have that? So for me, my experience was so much knowledge, so many things that just kind of like, it just blew my mind. There were certain things that you see and you're like, how did I not know that or think of that or realize that? There was a lot of amazing insights, wonderful character building, and community sharing. Like there were some amazing exercises where we all just got together, and it really built this sort of friendship with everyone that was there that you could take out into the world. It's not just I made 30 new friends. It taught me how to be friends with mankind. It taught me how to be friends in general and see the beauty that's in another, not separate myself trying to see my own beauty. So for me, that was really amazing, being able to grow as a community, grow as a human being in 3 days. So it was one of these opportunities that you really, and I think everybody took something different from it. I think you come as yourself and you take whatever you can, but I think we all kind of got this overwhelming feeling of how much of our life is influenced, how by that influence we're not living authentically. And when we can switch it around and become authentic, we can then create what we want. We can then live in creation. We can then decide what it is we want to do from our true selves, uninfluenced, and go after that goal. So it really sets up an ability to find success in life and in business. I know a lot of the things that I heard completely apply for my business, acting, and other businesses that I'm going into that are more sort of professional organizations, more of a business matter. There were so many things. It wasn't just about improving yourself on the inside, and there was just a direct correlation to what you could see in life as well. So for me, I found such an immense correlation between this information on not being influenced personally and also not being influenced professionally, and how without the influences you just streamline to what you want. So I found that it was amazing. It was really helpful, and as I said, I've gained 30 new friends, but also I feel like I've also got 30 billion friends. You know what I mean? Like it really builds up this sort of beauty that I never saw in the world before, which was really impressive. For me, I chose to attend I&I because I've been a student of Masters for the past almost 3 years now, and I've done the disciplines. And this is just another one of his programs that he's created. It's actually the second program that he's created. And the first program that he did, the disciplines, I've done Discipline 1 and Discipline 2, completely changed my life. And I know that there's people out there that are like, okay, yeah, sure. But for me, this is what happened. I started coming to a house to hear him speak and just sat there and kind of went, yeah, this makes sense. And then the more and more I was with him and his energy, things just started to click. After I did Discipline 1, my career exploded. I basically went to the top 1% of my field, whereas I'd been residing in a much lower place for the entire time before. So for me, it was, you know, if I was 200,000 in the world, I'm now 1,000. So it's an amazing leap, and it wasn't something that I had to step on other people to get to. It was in a way that celebrated everyone else, and in my creation and in my success, I found other people were becoming successful. And so it was success in beauty, success in creating energy that created more energy, that created more. It was this amazing upward energy, which is what it is to be with a master, is that your energy is upward flowing. So for me, I just found this amazing creation, and I&I was the next step. And I don't feel that I&I has to be after the disciplines. I think now going through I&I, you could definitely do it beforehand. They all are so cohesive that it's not one and the next and the next. You kind of just, they intertwine. It's just a general knowledge. So for me, it's wonderful because I can not only use it for my inner growth, but I can also then flip it and put it out towards my career. It's such a wonderful thing to have, because a lot of times you do these different courses or whatever, and it's empower yourself and get strength, and it's either to only get money or to only improve yourself. This is something that just together, it naturally flows through your life. It just naturally does it. And I found it's one of the most effortless way to become successful internally and externally. And for me, that was just, it was a no-brainer to go into I&I. I think anything that Master runs is something that I want to be at. I just find that it's just a beautiful energy to be a part of. Well, I think the main thing that hit me was stopping to be influenced. I just realized how much of my life I was being influenced, and it's hard to talk about it because it's not something that can be boiled down to one thing. I can say stop being influenced, and people can go, okay, great, I don't have to go to I&I, perfect, I know what it is. It's not that, and it's not about coming in and giving a piece of yourself over. It's not coming in to worship something, or it's really hard to describe, because I know when I first started talking about it, I was like, disciplines, what is this? Like, what am I doing? And it's just a mirror back to yourself. And I think for I&I, it was just another part of me that I had never seen before. It's just these little kind of nuggets of information. And whether you choose to do the disciplines, whether you choose to do I&I, whether it's coming just listening to talks or reading books, all of them have these little pieces of light that will illuminate something in you. And I found discipline 1 illuminated different, they all have different things. For I&I, it was being aware of influences. It wasn't about, you must stop this, this is bad, you can't do this. It was just going, this is the awareness behind influence, and just being aware of it, you can then transform it effortlessly. I mean, it's not something that I have to go home and do 3 hours of meditation sitting on a hard rock while something's poking me, trying not to be influenced. It's not that. It's this simple, effortless thing, and I recommend people to try it. I mean, everybody gets something different out of it. I can't say that you're going to walk out of it with the same experience I have, but you may have the same joy that I have around a different piece of knowledge, a different piece of light that you've taken from I&I. So I think it's just a wonderful experience. And for me, the main thing was the influence, really trying to live an authentic life, and in that, being able to live rightly, being able to live right for who I am. And by being right for who I am, it's not making another person wrong. They're right in themselves, you're right in yourself. It's seeing the beauty in everyone. So for me, it was just amazing.